Hello gang, I thought we would do another 10-minute sound design. So as you can see, I have not kicked off the generate idea button yet. I'm about to roll a random sound design idea. Let's do it. Resampled Chiillin bass. All right, I can do that. I know how to do that. This one's going to be fun. All right, well, let's hit the start button and let's come up with some Chiillin ideas. First of all, I'm going to drop the tempo down to 87. So resampled, I think that's the key part. So let's make a really basic bass in Serum, and then we'll resample that. I find that gets me pretty good results. Where's our note? Let's legato that out. Like, I really like a saw as a starting point. Oh, there we go. Let's put some other layers in here. We're gonna like resample it and get some extra movement out of it. So I'm not too set. Like, it doesn't really matter what we use as wavetables here. That doesn't do much. Yeah, that's got some nice movement in there. This is all a bit much, so we can get in here. We can clear high frequency. Sounds good. So that way we've lost all this extra harmonic stuff from the saw, but we've still got the basics of the saw sound. We got all this nice distorted stuff happening here. I'm going to try and get our sample as good as it can be before we resample. So there's a bit of stuff happening here. You can see that like it's kind of variable. So let's use multiband dynamics before the EQ, and so it's around 1K. So probably in this mid band, we can crush that a bit. So it's less dynamic, I guess, overall. We actually just push up, whoop, that's the bottom end, push up the top end a bit. So you can hear all those cool harmonics. And I'm going to chuck a utility on there just in case we've gone a bit wide, because we could also unison this. It might sound good, might not. Yeah, but less teaching. Cool. And so we've bass monoed the signal as well. Just it takes any stereo information out of the low end. I'm also going to duck some of this and push up the tops a bit. And I might actually just slam it through Frontier. If you've been watching my live streams, you will know how much I am loving Frontier, because it's just a big old crunchy compressor. Cool, so we've got a nice sample to start from for our resampling. And it's got heaps of weird harmonics and stuff going in there. We can either do resampling, or we can take the output from 2. I'm just going to take the output from 2 and record that. You can see we've got this huge amount of low frequency stuff happening in there. It's moving up and down slowly, which we do not want. So we've got a few ways of doing that. We can just use the DC offset button. That should get rid of it. Much better. It's a bit more of a slab of audio, which is what we want. We could shove it harder into the limiter, but no need to do that right now. Now, is that actually crushed and limited? It is, so I'm happy with that. Now for the resampling bit. I'm going to grab a simpler, and we'll start there. Whoops, MIDI, yep. Put this guy in there. We got 5 minutes. Whoop. Cool, and transpose -5 because I was playing an F. So that's the same pitch as we started with. Maybe just bring it up to -6 dB. Okay, so for a Chiillin bass, this is kind of the same problem as we had last time around. A Chiillin bass can be like a whole bunch of stuff. Like, and we could make this sound into many, many things. If we check out the filter envelope, we can put heaps on that. So we're just leaving on that knock at the start. We could also put a pitch envelope on it. So my aim here is really to make kind of an 8080 sound out of this. And then we want to give it, we've got plenty of audio, so we can just put an amplitude envelope on this. And like to make it 8080, longer. Because it's coming down pretty fast, I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I'll give it a release. Longer. Yeah. So like if we wanted, I don't really know how to get across like a Chiillin. We could put that under anything, right? Like that could be a pretty, like under like a housey beat, which I'm not gonna do. Yeah, you could have that. Let's do some variations. So this is like 8080. We'll duplicate it. Resampled Chiillin bass. I mean, I'd like to kind of rough it up a bit more, but so let's modify the envelope here. Why can't I see the controls? There they are. So the decay, we can make that quite long, bring the sustain down so it's maybe that's more 8080. And obviously you could compress that further. Oh, I'm still playing the old one. Boo. There we go. So what I was messing with was not really having any effect, but compressing this guy makes it a bit knockier. I'm going to move off that channel now. So I'm thinking like a more sustained sound. So let's put this back how it was, open up the filter. And when I think of Chiillin, I'm thinking of like a neurohoppy kind of vibe. So what I like for that is dual filter, which I don't think we can do in here. So let's just do it with auto filter. So we've got a low pass and I want a parallel high pass. So I'm going to duplicate that, put a high pass on there and switch this to high pass. So now we can control the two different filter cutoffs. And we've got separate filters, which we can use to control the character of what we're getting out. It would be a good idea to map these two different filters to two different knobs so we can control them intuitively. It's usually a good idea that they move in opposite directions, so we could even map them to another knob inside another rack and then invert the direction of them. Which is pretty fun. Maybe we'll make this 6 kilohertz and maybe we'll make this 10. Yeah, and basically I'm thinking that movement around like a halftime beat could be pretty cool. Let's see if these drums work at halftime. They're pretty garbagey. We're just going to roll with them because I think that we can get a pretty interesting Chiillin kind of vibe out of this. Maybe we need some pitch modulation here, so we'll just make sure that it sweeps a little. Glide, we want slightly longer time. And where's the voices gone? Voices 1. Oh yeah. And then maybe we can do some octave leaping just so we've got some. And I mean, I think of that as pretty chillin'. But it's obviously got some aggression to it still. So let's vary this little loop up a bit. Maybe we'll just go to a third. Oh, want that to go up as well. And maybe we duplicate that. Yeah, so I can see that working as like a resampled Chiillin bass. I don't know whether to push the success or fail button on that one. So we started off in Serum. We made like a pretty standard patch. Then we just did a bit of audio engineering to clean up the sample so that we had something pretty clear to work with nice control through the frequency ranges. And then we resampled it into simpler. And like I tried this 808 idea, which I think maybe we could get something nice happening with that. Like maybe we could use that on the ones in here or something. Let's try it. I don't really like that it's got such a long release on it. Yeah, that's going to conflict with the other bass. Yeah, and then we just used parallel filtering. So just, you know, a bit of low pass, a bit of high pass, and then we could modulate that to get different character, which I haven't done. And technically we're breaking the 10-minute rule, but let's try just sweeping this stuff around a bit. And we should get like a variation in the character, which is a lot more interesting than just having it be static. Drawing these little envelopes in while the whole thing's so small is a exercise in frustration. Okay, let's see if this makes a bigger difference. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so I guess that's something I've been doing a lot of lately, resampling basses. It's fun to talk about it on stream. Hey, look, thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one that we do sometime soon.